Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. I'm a licensed cognitive behavior therapist and a licensed mental health counselor. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the contents in this channel.
With police, and one of our colleagues talked to you once upon a time. You're very upfront.
Pretty much.
About talking about this killing.
Right.
You murdered this man.
Yes.
You tortured him.
Of course.
You tortured him.
Of course.
There is no ambiguity, and there is nothing you want us. In court today, you said you're not here to pretend to be remorseful.
Of course not. Why would I do that?
Are you remorseful?
Not at all.
Why?
Why would I be?
Well, why did this man deserve to die? You claimed he was a snitch.
Well,
what proof do you have of that?
He told me he was a snitch.
Told you.
On many occasions. But that really doesn't matter. Why did you guys want to kill me? Phoenix wanted to kill me. What's the difference? Everybody has a reason to kill. My reason might not be good to you, but your reason wasn't good to me. So.
The incident, can you tell me anything about what happened during those 3 days while you were...
What do you mean?
I
took him to my house, walked him down the street. I don't know why the media acts like the motherfucker couldn't walk. He walked very well. Walked him upstairs, kicked his ass, and killed him.
And again, your belief is that he was a snitch because he
right.
told you. You claimed that other people had been killed in that same part. You had killed other people. Have you killed other people?
No, I've never killed anyone else.
So that was something, just talk.
Right.
How do you feel about spending the rest of your life in prison?
You know, I got a lot of family in prison, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Yeah. I got many sisters in prison. I can't wait to see them. It's really not that much of a punishment to be sentenced to spend my life with my family.
And you don't want to talk about your past, but your lawyer said that, you know what, in sentencing you, the judge should bear in mind you've had a really
right.
tough life.
I started being hospitalized at 10 years old. I have a mental history from 10 years old till present, so, yeah.
When you say mental history, I mean, do you care that anyone feels sorry for you? Do you want anything?
Feel sorry for me?
Yeah, should the people who are watching this say because she had a bad childhood?
Of course not.
She has mental illness?
Of course not, no.
That we should feel some sympathy for you?
No.
You would not have that?
I want no sympathy, no.
Then do you care what anybody thinks of Angela Simpson and what you have done?
I don't.
It's again your candor. I've interviewed people. It's again your candor. I've interviewed people who have committed murders before, and usually they sort of prevaricate or they this or that. You're about you care what anybody thinks of Angela Simpson and what you have done.
I don't.
It's again your candor. I've interviewed people who have committed murders before, and usually they sort of prevaricate or they this or that. You're about as direct as it gets.
Right.
Why is that?
It's only fair. I expect you to be the same way.
Okay. Do you think that it was fair today? It was justice in that courtroom?
No, I don't.
Why?
I should have gotten the death penalty.
Did you want the death penalty?
No, I prefer to spend my life with my sisters, but yeah, I do believe that would have been justice.
So you deserve death penalty, but you're glad that you got what you got.
Right.
Right. When you say your sisters, you're talking about women you know in prison.
Right.
Okay. And have you found that there is some bonding and that you have made friends here that will be of some comfort to you when you're in prison?
Most definitely, yes.
Most definitely, yes.
Yeah.
What is that there is some bonding and that you have made friends here that will be of some comfort to you when you're in prison?
Most definitely, yes.
Most definitely, yes.
Yeah.
What has the experience been like here in this facility?
Horrible.
Really?
Yes, it's terrible. Jail is awful. They don't, they have no, well, they have no compassion. They don't give us the things we need here.
Will prison to the end your understanding?
I certainly hope so, yes.
Have you done time in prison?
No.
So you're hoping that there will be a better existence?
Yes, definitely.
You're a young woman, 36 years old. You could be there a long time.
Right. Right.
But your belief is that you deserve the death penalty.
Definitely. Well, I believe God. That's what God says. Unless God is wrong, which I doubt, so.
And would God has told you that, or you just believe that?
I believe that.
An eye.
Right.
To you, what would you have anyone who may hear this interview know about you?
There's really nothing. People are going to believe what they want to believe. Judge the way they want to judge, just like I do, so.
Yeah.
So be it.
Why did you feel like you were in a position to be the judge and jury in Terry Neely's life?
I'm not sure.
I mean, I'm really not trying to be get you angry, but I want to see, you say, I killed this guy, he deserved to die, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's there, you're up front. I want to know if you have any concerns about what put you in that position to do that to that.
It was just too much. The things he talked about, it was too much.
Do you believe him? I mean, lots of people go around claiming I'm a snitch or making themselves...
Really, you don't say.
Lots of people go around claiming I'm a snitch or making themselves...
Really, you don't say.
Well, I think they talk about law. Yeah, I know people coming. I've got associations with law enforcement. You know, I've got this. I'm a friend with this.
Do you happen to have a list of those people?
They name drop. Well, maybe in the circle, but you know what I'm saying. People say lots of things to make themselves sort of.
Well, he picked the wrong nigger to say that to. If he wanted to brag about putting so many people in prison, he picked the wrong person.
And that's what did it to him. That's why you.
What, the bragging?
The bragging
about
putting people in prison.
Right.
People you knew.
No, I don't know any of them.
Okay. Do you believe him? Do you think he really was a snitch?
Oops, if he wasn't. Yes, I believe he was.
Yeah. Do you have family?
I do.
From an adopted family? Or
I have 4 children.
You have 4 children?
I do have 4 children.
Where are they?
El Mirage.
What is, how they doing? And how is it for you to be separated? How is it for you to be separated?
I don't want to talk about my children. I can't do that.
Yeah. Is there a message for what? Is there a bottom line or a lesson to be learned from the story of Angela Simpson?
There's a bottom line to everything. But
what is the bottom line to the story?
Whatever people want it to be. It doesn't matter what I say. I don't know.
This guy.
I don't regret killing him, no. I regret the fact that my co-defendants found it necessary to divulge so much information to the detectives. I regret that. They were people I really cared about. Information to the detectives. I regret that. They were people I really cared about. And I regret that they were near me or around me at any point.
And then helped prosecutors.
Helped the prosecution, correct.
And those people.
Definitely, because they didn't know, they weren't actually with me during any of my crimes. So for them to say that they were, to try to get lesser sentences, was a little heartbreaking for me.
So friends of yours lied to prosecutors and lied to police.
Correct.
Dropped the dime on you.
Correct.
They snitched on you.
Correct.
If you could, would you do to them what you did to Terry?
No, I would not.
Because you still have some relationship with them, or?
Well, no, but I had claimed a bond with them at one point, so I wouldn't be able to avenge that.
Yeah. Did you act completely alone in that?
Yes, definitely.
So nobody else helped?
No. Totally alone.
Help me understand. For 3 days, I know the crimes of passion or something, and in the heat of the moment, but to spend 3 days driving nails into a guy's head and pulling his teeth out.
Right.
Why?
I found it necessary.
Did you find it pleasurable or exciting, or was this just
necessary?
Necessary.
Right.
So this was more like a business-like proposition. You were doing something you felt needed, a job that needed to be done.
Right.
Really?
Right.
And whatever came into your head, I'm going to drive a nail into his head. Or was this just a symptom of what was at hand in that apartment?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Your moment, I'd like to, because we've got to get run back, and
Right.
I want to get what you say on television, and I'm grateful that you would be willing to talk to us, and I wish you the best under these circumstances. What would you have the world know? You're sort of an interesting character, because, first of all, women generally don't commit crimes this heinous.
Right.
This is usually the domain of men.
That's unfortunate.
You think more women?
Oh yeah, equal opportunity, definitely.
And I know you're being sort of smart aleck.
Slightly sarcastic.
But seriously, I mean, in some ways, I've been covering murder and mayhem and covered serial women.
Oh yeah, equal opportunity, definitely.
And I know you're being sort of smart aleck.
Slightly sarcastic.
But seriously, I mean, in some ways, I've been covering murder and mayhem and covered serial killers to petty shoot-em-ups. And you don't meet many women who commit the kind of calculated, long-term murder that you committed with this guy. And you don't meet many people who are willing to say, I did it, and you know what? Deal with it.
Right. That's the way it should be, in my opinion.
But you seem so, you seem like you're sort of I'm sort of almost self-righteous about, I did this and I did it. Do you think you did the right thing by killing this guy?
Definitely.
Other than shooting his mouth off, what else did he do? That you know of?
That's what he got done for. He's white trash, somebody had to take it out. That's it.
Was there a racial component to it?
Oh, there's always a racial component.
Okay. And what do you mean by that?
I'm not going to elaborate on that at all.
But the fact that you're a black woman and he's a white guy, that factored into your killing him? A black woman and he's a white guy, that factored into your killing him?
Yeah. I wouldn't kill another black individual.
Okay. Would you, if you had that moment to live over again?
I'd have kept him alive a week.
But you would have still tortured him and killed him?
No, I'd have tortured him for a week, yeah, instead of 3 days. Definitely.
So your only regret is that the torture didn't go on any longer?
Right, and I regret not killing my other victim. I should have killed him too, I just didn't have time, I had to go somewhere.
And tell me who that other victim was?
Joseph Van Tress for the armed robbery. Yeah. I should have killed him, but I had to go.
Will you kill again?
If the opportunity arises, I hope so. Okay, we're done.
Are you done?
Yeah.
All right.
Her name is Angela Simpson.
Simpson, I think, is a very scary individual. She's probably the only one in there that I take every precaution in the world to make sure my staff and myself are safe. She is whole jail and creeps me out, for a better word. I was the first person on the crew to get introduced to Angela Simpson, and upon meeting her, the first things that came out of her mouth when I approached her, she pretty much told me to go F myself. For someone to write off of that, be like, hey, go F yourself. It's like, all right, welcome to jail.
Simpson is a very scary person. She is, just by the nature of her crimes and the way that she has been here and just her manners and that, she just doesn't seem to have a lot of those inhibition controls that most people would. And because of that, she can be very much a threat to staff. So we have to keep her in a very controlled setting.
Simpson was accused of kidnapping, torturing, and murdering a man she believed to be a police informant. She is then said to have dismembered the corpse, set it on fire, and to have thrown the remains in a dumpster.
I heard they said I was possessed by the devil. I think that's hilarious. Isn't that beautiful?
The media says you did some pretty heinous things. That bug you?
Does it bug me what people say? No. My give up is broke. I really don't. I have no concern for what people think. I told my kids when they were babies they saw a guy behind a Circle K. I told them that's how cops grow. So, yeah. I didn't know that they would the next week go down and try to grow a cop. That was not my intention, but yeah.
She seems to have a true gang-type mentality. Snitches get stitches, wind up in ditches. No cop is a good cop. She'll stare you down sometimes, and so you get that little hair on the back of your neck standing up.
I've asked God a lot to spontaneously combust officers, just to watch them pop.
Where does that come from?
Where does it come from?
Your hatred comes.
That's not something I'll discuss.
Simpson could face the death penalty for first-degree murder and kidnapping. The charred, dismembered remains of the victim, who authorities state was not an informant, were discovered inside a trash can. He had been stabbed 50 times and showed other signs of torture. Though Simpson has entered a not guilty plea in court, she openly describes some of her actions to us.
I have to say, I have never met an inmate who made me so uncomfortable.
What did you do that you would consider torture?
Ripped his teeth out. That's my favorite.
How'd you do that?
With some needle nose pliers. Kind of rip, you know.
What made you think of that?
What made me think of it?
To do that?
Prior tooth pain. Pretty agonizing, yeah. I thought maybe I could distribute that. Yeah.
The victim also had a 3-inch nail driven into his head.
She is the one in this whole jail that creeps me out, for a better word. You know, she just, you just don't know what she's gonna do.
Thank you, Simpson.
The visceral descriptions that she gave of her crime, of torturing an individual and dismembering her victim, I had never heard anybody describe anything like that, and I had certainly never heard anybody describe it with such glee.
Anything I can do to help put a snitch down is my pleasure.
So it was your pleasure when you committed this murder?
See, that's kind of up. I'm thinking, I don't know what my lawyer would say if I answered that straight out. Hold on, yes. Yes, it was. But, yeah.
It was really extraordinarily disturbing. I still think about it.
It's pretty rewarding work. It's great for the soul.
What were you trying to get at?
He thought it was funny that the people he had snitched on would never get out of prison, so I wanted him to know how funny it was that they didn't need to.
And I guess the strange thing for me was, during the whole interview, I was 2 feet from her. I was holding a reflector to try to block some stray light, and as she's telling these stories...
Can you describe maybe the things you did?
No. No, because I'll get all excited and he'll be in trouble. No, I don't think I should do that. Yeah, just it's too close for me to get all hot with the story, so leave that alone.
And I just laughed it off, thinking it was this big joke, and as she told her story, I realized, well, maybe she wasn't joking.
Is it hard to chop up a human body?
Nah, not really. You'd be amazed. It's quite simple, actually. You should try it. It's only a felony 6. Knock it down to a misdemeanor. Dismemberment is a really low charge.
Sometimes it seemed like she was playing a game, and then other times you could tell that it wasn't a game anymore, but she was reciting something that she actually, something that she likes to talk about. Every now and then I would pop in and just go talk to Angela, check in with her. And a lot of times she would just be sitting there drawing, and she would always be in a zen-like state, just very calm while she was sitting here doing her drawings. She told me she'd done some drawings for some Christmas cards, and I was expecting to see, something happy or light for some reason, I don't know why, and these drawings ended up being probably some of the most graphic things I've ever seen.
Here's one from my brother. I gotta send that to him. It's from the Pigs in a Blanket series. Don't you love the Pigs in a Blanket? It's just so cute, isn't it?
Angela, you must see that it makes things contentious with the officers.
Of course not.
It's not exactly conducive to a good rapport between you and the
I
officers.
think it is. We know what we are, they know what they are, and what's the, there's no problem.
You don't think that that's slightly insulting to them? Or slightly threatening?
No. Can I show you one that is? Maybe it could be threatening, but I didn't mean it that way. This was my first officer down picture. That could be rude, but not really. It illustrations. I might make a kid's book or something, you know, for the baby gangsters coming up.
Officer Down series. Tell me about that.
5 or 6 Officer
Well,
Down.
what's happening in this picture?
A cop has been captured and we're having fun with him. Yeah, it's just a Christmas card, but they get uncomfortable when they find these things.
When I saw Angela's drawings, they were so disturbing, and they really got to this deep-seated hatred that she seems to have for police officers.
They use their authority in any way they want to because they can, and there's nothing anybody can do about it.
Simpson went on to explain how she ranks those she considers to be the lowest of the lows.
Chomos are definitely beyond any doubt the worst and most vile creatures on the planet. Yes, snitches then would come in second, and cops would be third. Yeah.
How about people who murder other people?
What about them?
Where do they fall
And where?
in your hierarchy?
Of badness? They don't. You want to throw murderers in with cops and chomos? Are you serious? You're kidding, right? You can't put murderers in a category with f***ed up people. That doesn't make any sense. Rest assured, if somebody killed it, they had a reason to do it. You need to be looking at the dead mother, not the mother that killed it.
You got any pain, guilt about any of that stuff?
Guilt, yes. I'm overrun with remorse. Justice. Justice is lovely. What are you thinking? When I said justice is lovely, what were you thinking?
I was thinking, how do you feel about justice if they give you
That's exactly what I knew you were thinking. I'll be thinking the same thing.
that justice is beautiful?
Justice is lovely.